Well, dear friends, we got some new UFO footage that actually made the news. So I'm going to show you the news broadcast. Hopefully, they don't give me a copyright strike. I may have to pause it halfway between to speak about it. And you know what? Let me put my logo up there too so they don't literally just flag me. Here we go.
Remember the drone hysteria in New Jersey last month? We have a local story that pretty much tops that one. A crew on board a private jet spotted something high in the sky, and they shot this video of it, and they have no idea what they saw that night. Ari Odzer is joining us now from Fort Lauderdale with a first-hand account of this very bizarre sighting, Ari.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And there was definitely something in the sky that night. It was way too high to be a drone, moving way too fast and erratically to be a weather balloon. And the flight attendant who shot the video says several other aircraft reported seeing the same thing. The aerospace world is full of flying machines that we all recognize. But sometimes people see things in the sky that defy explanation.
It started as white, and then it just got green and almost like an electric, some type of energy around it.
Cassandra Martin is a flight attendant for Surjet, a private air service. On the night of December 23rd, she says she and two pilots were flying back to Fort Lauderdale in an empty jet high over the Bahamas when air traffic control.
You know, it's interesting because you actually have something that is seen at altitude. You know, these private jets, if they're a little Cessna, you know, they could pretty max out at about 12,000, 13,000 feet. I know this because I've jumped out of a Cessna 182 multiple times. But when you have something like a Learjet, that thing can travel 25, 30, 35,000 feet where the airlines can travel. So interesting that they saw something at that high.
Sent a message.
When all of a sudden I heard traffic control say, "We have a foreign object, can you please identify?"
And that is definitely a private jet. Could be a Lear, could be a G5. And you could tell because it has two sets of controls, which means there's a pilot and a co-pilot. You would never find that on a little Cessna or any of the planes we normally skydive out of, whether it be a Skyvan or the de Havilland Twin Otter, which is one of the standard planes where they hold 24 jumpers, gets you to 13,000 feet in about 12 to 14 minutes.
I looked to the left and pilot saw three objects. I only saw one, and I grabbed my phone and I just pressed it to the window to see if I can get a video of what the object was. I don't know what it was. And then I zoomed in as much as the phone allowed me to, and the object was white, and then it turned slightly green, almost kind of like an electric field around it of some sort. And it stayed with us for about 45 minutes, and then we didn't see it again. And we were about 45,000 feet, and it was way above us.
What was the chatter like in the cockpit between you, the co-pilot, and the pilot as to what you were seeing?
I think we were astonished, and it was something that you really can't explain, but I don't have the qualifications to know what that is.
Having seen her video, what do you make of it?
Well, you know, I think the video is compelling.
Brian Bender is a defense expert who works with a group founded by military pilots called Americans for Safe Aerospace. Any idea what that could be?
So, you know, this video and this testimony rhymes a lot with a number of cases that we heard from military pilots going back even 10 or 15 years. And that is these orbs, or in some cases they called them tic tacs. They were more sort of oblong in shape, but flying at very high altitudes, but then also being able to maneuver in ways that don't seem to make a lot of sense to us, at least as we know physics.
Was it a little bit eerie? Yes, because again, we were pretty high up, and whatever we saw was even higher than us, and it had the capability just to zigzag and change color. So that was a little, you know, daunting to say the least. But you know, it was also something fascinating that I was able to see and capture with my phone.
And she'll never forget that. Brian Bender, by the way, says the Pentagon has an office which investigates these sightings. And he says it's imperative for national security and for aviation safety that they figure out what these things are. We're live at Executive Airport. Ari Odds, NBC6 News.
Wow. What do you guys think of that? I think it's awesome considering you see how crazy that thing jumps. It didn't look like a Tic Tac to me. It looked more like the plasma drones or plasma orbs that possibly could be biological. I do not know. That's for all you to help me decide. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that one.